Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Thursday, May the 7th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is set to bounce again at the open with ASX futures up around 1.1%. Global equities have rallied and oil prices have tumbled on reports that the United States and Iran are nearing an agreement to end their war. And that buoyed investor sentiment on Wall Street, while momentum in AI-driven trades accelerated with the S&P 500 and Nasdaq again reaching record highs. The S&P 500 is now up almost 8% since the beginning of the year, and Nasdaq 11% higher. And the S&P 500 companies are on track for their strongest profit growth in more than 4 years. Shares in advanced market devices soared to an all-time high after forecasting quarterly revenue above expectations on robust demand for its data center chips. Shares of rival Intel gained, helping push the chip index higher, with it having gained more than 60% this year. Corning surged on a partnership with NVIDIA to expand US production of optical connectivity products used in AI data centers. NVIDIA also climbing. Shares in Supermicro jumped almost 25% on stronger than expected forecasts for fourth quarter revenue and adjusted profit. Hut 8 soared after the AI data center developer signed a 15-year lease worth $9.8 billion for its data center campus in Texas. Walt Disney rose after the entertainment giant beat estimates for second quarter results, and shares in Uber accelerated after the ride-hailing and delivery platform forecast strong second quarter bookings. Well, Iran is reviewing a US peace proposal that would formally end the war while leaving key US demands that Iran suspend its nuclear program and reopen the Strait of Hormuz unresolved for now. President Trump has said they want to make a deal. We've had very good talks over the last 24 hours, and it's very possible that we'll make a deal. And President Trump has claimed that Iran has subsequently agreed to a demand that they cannot have a nuclear weapon, saying they can't have nuclear weapons, and they've agreed to that, among other things. The president paused the US military mission to reopen the Strait of Hormuz to allow for negotiations to end the conflict, although the US has maintained a blockade on Iranian ships in the region. In the US, private payrolls increased more than expected in April, rising by 109,000 jobs, and Eurozone services activity contracted in April for the first time in almost a year, hit by weakening demand and deteriorating export business as the Middle East war weighed on consumer-facing sectors. US Treasury yields fell along with oil prices on reports of progress of ending the war, the US two-year yield falling to 3.86%, the 10-year down to 4.35%. The Australian three-year government bond yields fell to 4.59%, the 10-year down to 4.93%. The US dollar index is down almost 0.5%, while the Japanese yen has jumped to a more than 2-month high, with the Japanese government spending some $35 billion over the past few days to halt the yen slide against the dollar. The Aussie has surged to 72.4 US cents. Oil prices have fallen to 2-week lows on optimism about an end to the war. Meanwhile, OPEC's crude production fell to a 3-year low last month as the Iran war continued to cut exports from the Persian Gulf. Output declined by 420,000 barrels a day, the lowest since 1990, driven by deeper losses in Kuwait and Iran. Brent crude futures were down more than 7% at around $102 a barrel. Gold has hit its highest level in more than a week, spot gold trading at around $4,690 an ounce. Copper rose 3%, iron ore up 2% to $113 a tonne, and Bitcoin currently trading above $81,000. Locally today, we get March trade data, and among the companies reporting, Orica and gaming company Light & Wonder, and Super Retail Group has warned that softening consumer sentiment has curbed its second half sales momentum. That is your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.